Welcome to another Plugin ID video post. I'm Brett, and I'm going to bring you a quick post on always being yourself. So, one quick truth for you guys. No matter what you do, no matter how cool you get, no matter what you accomplish, basically no matter what you do in life, you're always going to be yourself. So, if you become a superhero and you end up having these ridiculous productivity skills, and I know I talk about them a lot, but I'm really focused on that for some bizarre reason. No matter how cool you are, no matter how smooth you get, no matter how skilled you get at anything that you love doing, no matter how much money you make, no matter how much success you have, no matter how many great relationships you have, no matter how many friends you have, no matter how many Twitter followers you get, you're always going to be yourself. Period. Okay? And a lot of times in this personal development scheme, we try and go for more, always reaching for more, always trying to improve, always trying to get more success, more money, more power, more whatever. And that can come from a good place. That's all well and good. It can come from a good place and a bad place. The bad part is when you guys, or when I for that matter, try doing those things and in a way to kind of escape being me. So I feel like if I feel like I'll be like someone cooler than I already am by doing something, or I'll be like some super success or something like that by accomplishing X, Y, and Z, and I do those things, I mean, that's not really healthy. And the base that we have to have is we have to realize that we're always going to be ourselves, no matter what. And if it comes from and if we try to strive and do these things from a place of lack, from a place of neediness, then it's going to be ultimately destructive. Because the ego actually sets up something pretty interesting. So what the ego does, or at least it does it for me, and it's happened to a lot of people I know, is that it says, okay, so you want to earn your self-respect, right? And you say, yeah, I want to respect myself. Okay, if you really are worthy of respect, you're going to do this. So you're like, okay, I'm going to do it. So then you go do it. And then your ego's like, yeah, man, you earn your respect. And then a couple days pass, and then your ego says, wait a second, I'm not so sure that you deserve respect anymore, so you're going to have to accomplish things Y and Z. And so you say, okay, I'll do Y and Z. And then you accomplish Y and Z, and then your ego tells you, oh, awesome, man, you're now worthy of respect. And then another couple days pass, and then your ego starts getting a little bit paranoid and says, oh man, I'm not so sure you deserve respect anymore. Especially if you fail. I mean, if you fail at anything after accomplishing those things that gave you a sense of self-respect, it's just going to fall apart. So let's just say you fail. And then your ego will be like, well, sorry man, you don't deserve respect. You're going to have to do things A, B, and C to get your respect back. And then you're just going to keep going on the cycle of trying to win your own respect back for yourself by accomplishing these things. And if you mess up at all, anywhere on the line, or even if you don't mess up, it's never going to be good enough for your ego. By becoming, or by trying to become more than who you already are, and using those accomplishments as a way to make you feel good about yourself, you're never going to achieve any like real lasting sense of fulfillment. So, with that in mind, what's the alternative? It's pretty simple. You just have to like yourself right now as you are. And you can't take your flaws personally. And by that I mean everyone has flaws. And if we really look in the mirror and we actually examine them, they're pretty slight. Our flaws, we should realize, unless you're like totally evil and you're disrespectful and you treat people like absolute crap, then that's a problem, and you should probably try and work on that. And you should probably not feel totally good about yourself if you're just a jerk to everyone. But for the rest of us, who are, normally civil people, and just get on with our lives and have these niggling flaws like our lack of focus, or wasting time on Facebook, or not feeling confident, or, any of those things, we should realize that our flaws really, in the grand scheme of things, are pretty small. And I don't want to offend anyone, but most of the time your problems aren't as big as they seem to be in your mind, because you focus on them so much. And because you focus on them and how they detract from your sense of feeling good, then they become your obstacle to feeling good about yourself all the time, because you just focus on the negatives. And the more you focus on your flaws, or the more you think that your flaws impact your self-worth, like you think, oh, I'm disorganized. I'm a disorganized person. Brett says I should be organized. I'm a bad person now. I shouldn't feel good about myself until I get organized. Well, that's not good, because that just leads to the ego trap. So if you do that, once you become organized, if you ever become organized, I've tried becoming organized, and honestly, I'm a pretty big failure at it 90% of the time. So don't feel bad, everyone. So if you do become organized, back to my original train of thought, so if you do become organized, like I said before, your mind will think up another flaw, like, oh, you're not focused. So you should feel bad about yourself for not being focused. And then you're gonna try and be focused. And if you ever become focused permanently, again, it's also something I have trouble with, but when I do reach it, it's pretty awesome. Then your mind's gonna find another flaw for you to work on, and then once you reach that, it's gonna be like, well, you don't deserve your self-respect because of another flaw. And that's just what happens. Instead, you should just, and really the solution is super simple, and I apologize for keeping it at the end. Really, all you have to do, just like yourself as you are right now, just accept all your flaws, and if you want to change your flaws, like say I want to become more focused, I can already feel good about myself and change my flaws at the same time. The real trick is to not base your self-worth on the successful change in your flaws. So am I going to feel like I'm improving as a person if I, say, make myself into a really, really focused worker? Sure, why not? But I'm already going to be coming from a baseline of feeling good about myself all the time, so it won't really, like, the stakes aren't as high for me to, for me to correct my flaws. So since the stakes aren't as high, I won't feel that pressure, that need to change myself, and at the same time, I'll be feeling good all the time, which is kind of redundant that I mentioned it, but it's a point that deserves to be stressed. So, in summary, pretty much let yourself feel good all the time because of who you are, because you're the only person you're going to be stuck with until the day you die. You might as well like yourself a little bit to make things a little bit more fun and enjoyable. And two, if you base your self-worth on your accomplishments or anything at all that you're doing it wrong, because your ego is always going to invent little challenges for yourself to complete, and it's never going to be satisfied. So ditch it all. Stop it. And those are really the two main points. So, thanks for watching the video. I really enjoyed making it for the first time in like 2 weeks, I believe. And I'll see you next time. Thanks.